Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing News.
Welcome back, fight fans. Welcome back. Let's just dig right into it. Sergiy Derevyanchenko was simply not on the same level as Saul Canelo Alvarez, and we're just going to break it down honestly and unbiasedly. According to Mike Coppinger, he states after a disputed loss to Triple G, Sergiy Derevyanchenko wants a crack at Canelo Alvarez in May. Keith Connolly, his manager, tells The Athletic he, along with the public, knows he won the fight and should be the champion. At this point, Sergiy would give Canelo a more competitive fight than Triple G with his style. And over the last few days, we've gotten a lot of fanboys coming out saying Canelo ducked Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Canelo, wouldn't want to face that type of style. It'll be too much for him. The same fanboy rhetoric and nonsense. So we just have to debunk it and be honest about it. And we start with Canelo Alvarez. He was stripped of his IBF title after talks with Sergiy Derevyanchenko stalled. But the question is, why did those talks stall? Why was Canelo Alvarez stripped because of the talk stalling? Why would the talk stall? And then we see the same source, Mike Coppinger, states sources tell The Athletic Box that negotiations between Canelo and Sergiy Derevyanchenko now officially dead. Canelo has been stripped of his IBF title when the two sides failed to meet an agreement and the money couldn't be agreed on. So that's what it was. It was all about the money. Now, when you see is that Canelo Alvarez didn't have a problem with the money because he's the A side. He's the superstar in the sport. Literally, no one knew who Sergiy Derevyanchenko was. Sergiy Derevyanchenko would have made millions off of the fight with Canelo Alvarez. But at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez is the superstar. So, there's a lot more value than just one payday if you do well or beat Canelo Alvarez. And the value is you get a rematch and then you get a huge financial split. Then you become a household name. Then you become, champion of multiple belts from Canelo Alvarez. That is a huge windfall if you're able to put on a great performance and beat Canelo Alvarez. So Sergiy Derevyanchenko effectively priced himself out of the first fight and basically declined it to some degree because he did not want to budge on the money when he has no name and he has no brand. No one even knew who he was before the Triple G fight. Let's be honest and unbiased. And then you see Sergiy Derevyanchenko and how well he matches up with Canelo Alvarez. And then the first thing that you notice is that when he fought Triple G, it was a hard-fought fight. A lot of people felt he got robbed. It was still a close fight because you have to look at it. Triple G still landed a lot of great shots on Sergiy Derevyanchenko, and he still dropped Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Sergiy Derevyanchenko was still dropped in that fight. Sergiy Derevyanchenko, whether you agree or not, yes, he had his moments where he hurt Triple G, and a lot of people are not used to seeing Triple G hurt like that. Great point. But another thing is that we know Triple G is defensively deficient at times and is there to be hit. Another thing that we know about Triple G is that he was hurting Derevyanchenko with shots as well. Triple G was not the only one getting hurt in that fight. And then you look on the other end, Danny Jacobs fighting Sergiy Derevyanchenko. A lot of people forget about this performance. And, it was a split decision. It was a hard-fought fight. Both of these guys were sparring partners. And Danny Jacobs, the same man that Canelo Alvarez beat very clearly fought Sergiy Derevyanchenko, and when he fought Sergiy Derevyanchenko, he dropped Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Not only did he drop Sergiy Derevyanchenko hurt Danny Jacobs in that fight as well, but Sergiy Derevyanchenko has a lot of weight on him. Danny Jacobs has a lot of weight on him, and it's not as fast or as quick as Canelo Alvarez. So, Danny Jacobs took some shots, but he ultimately dropped Sergiy Derevyanchenko, and he was never significantly hurt to the point where he was on the canvas. He touched the mat. He still won a pretty clear decision victory. And then, you also got to look at it. The Triple G that people say that Sergiy Derevyanchenko beat, this is an older version of Triple G. This is a Triple G that people was like, okay, is he done? Is he getting close to the end? This is not the fresher Triple G that Canelo Alvarez fought. And basically what I mean by that is the Triple G that Canelo Alvarez fought had his jab pumping the whole way through. The Triple G that Canelo Alvarez fought was the best Triple G we've seen. It was the Triple G with Abel Sanchez. It was the Triple G that was able to give everything he had. That Triple G is a completely different monster than the one Sergiy Derevyanchenko fought. a different trainer, basically a different style, and a fresher Triple G. And who's to say that facing Canelo Alvarez twice didn't take something out of Triple G? You have to understand that Triple G took a lot of punishment in that second fight that he's that's really not used to taking. And then after the fight, you see Canelo Alvarez's face. You see Canelo Alvarez looks like he hasn't been in a real fight, virtually unscathed for the most part. And then after the Triple G fight, you see Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Not only does Triple G have marks, we understand that, but then when you look at Derevyanchenko, literally both of his eyes are almost swollen shut. He took a lot of punishment in that fight from Gennady Golovkin. And this is an older Golovkin. This is a Golovkin without a real jab. This is a Golovkin with his trainer not being right. This is a Golovkin that is not at his best and literally almost closes both of Derevyanchenko's eyes. You have to be honest and unbiased. And when you see Canelo Alvarez, you realize he's an elite level fighter, elite level defense, elite level speed. He makes adjustments in the ring. He has a high IQ. He's seen pretty much any and every style, and he has power. And so, any fighter like this that takes that much punishment, I just don't feel can beat Canelo Alvarez. I don't feel is on his level, because Canelo Alvarez has a lot of things that Triple G doesn't. Canelo Alvarez is an elite level counterpuncher. Canelo Alvarez has elite level speed. And Canelo has elite level defense. Canelo's not going to be there to be hit on all of those shots. And Canelo Alvarez is going to counter a lot of Sergiy Derevyanchenko's shots. When Sergiy Derevyanchenko tries different things, Canelo Alvarez is going to be able to make adjustments in the ring. So you have to be honest and unbiased that Canelo Alvarez will also go to Derevyanchenko's body. These are things that Derevyanchenko didn't have to worry about in his fight against Triple G, because styles make fights, and Canelo Alvarez is all wrong for Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Once again, unbiased as always, this is the IBFP. Please share, like, and you must absolutely subscribe.